Now, here we have one diamond.
No, you gave me a stolen car to drive. I'm driving around my mother and father in a stolen car.
Who are you?
I'm Camila Caras.
I'm Lionel Whitney of the Lionel Whitney Agency.
I'm Agent Charles Conboy, Organized Crime Strike Force.
Organized crime? You masqueraded as an FBI agent? That's a federal crime.
I don't want to hear this right now. I'm trying to think of something to do.
No, don't. This pillow is not property. What'd you tell them in there? They were patting me in the back, asking me if I wanted an ice cream cone. They're looking for diamonds.
Diamonds. There are diamonds in our office. That's what everybody's looking for.
You find them and you kill them.
What are you doing in this business, Lionel? What?
I'm sorry, Mom.
Our president wishes to commend the Lionel Whitney Agency.
Lionel, where are they taking you? What the hell is going on here?
I'll be in touch.
Guy.
Hey, Buana.
Hey, Buana. What's this, Arbor Day?
No, I picked those up at the market. Plants can make a big difference, can't they? They can really change the whole ambiance of a room, soften any structural harshness. I think I made a big mistake with this color. I thought it would brighten things up, but it makes everything else look dingy. Here, please. We don't have much time. It won't bite. That's it, there. You know, the guy at the store said the stuff was odorless. I can't believe it. It smells awful. The fumes are overpowering. What are you doing? What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for a break in the monologue.
You're rambling on like a tambourine at a church revival. We haven't got enough time for what? What?
My parents are coming. My dad called last night, and they're arriving tomorrow morning.
Hey, man, that's great.
Who am I kidding? This place is never going to look like anything but a low-rent, second-rate...
Lionel, you love this place, don't you?
Yes, I do. It has atmosphere, but not the kind that's appreciated in Westchester. At least not by my father. He's the vice president of the Allied Insurance Group. He appreciates and relates to boardrooms and penthouse suites.
Lionel, you're just getting started, man. I mean, where was your father 20 years ago?
In a penthouse suite. His uncle was chairman of the board. Oh. Let's face it, this place makes me look unsuccessful. I don't even know what I'm going to do tomorrow at the airport, picking them up with my car, the three of us, the luggage.
You can borrow my station wagon.
You don't have a station wagon.
Oh, it's a loaner. You want it? You got it. Oh, and if you want a penthouse, you got that, too.
No, thanks. Not that kind of penthouse. It would impress my dad and make him think I was doing well in business, but no, thanks.
You don't want my penthouse? You don't trust me?
No. You're putting words in my mouth. It's not that I don't trust you.
No, let's get it out in the open. You don't trust me.
No, I do trust you.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Then you got nothing to worry about.
In what sense?
I haven't done anything wrong. You pull me out of my office and drag me down to the federal building, and you won't tell me what I've done.
Agent Conboy will explain everything. This way, sir. Agent Conboy?
Arnett, promises to cooperate, right? All of a sudden, he develops a shaky memory. Crusoe's got his lawyers down there. They're asking for a dismissal. I've got to get down to the courthouse.
But, sir, that's $16.55 solid. We ran it through OTEP.
Yeah, I know. Look, it's not solid, Donahue, that Arnett's gonna renege. Just in case, what I want you to do, I want you to call Torbett over at IRS. You tell him I said lay a little pressure on him. That ought to bring his memory around.
Yes, sir. What about Mr. Brandwin, sir? He manages that Century City office complex.
That's Brandwin. You been briefed?
No. I'm still trying to figure out what you want with me.
I'm here to Charles Conboy, Organized Crime Strike Force, Washington, D.C.
Organized crimes? Listen, fellas, this wouldn't have anything to do with my trip to Las Vegas, would it? Look, all the guy said was, could I buy you a drink? That's all. If I had known it was Vincent Frechette, the Vincent Frechette, I know you guys keep a lookout for him, but all it was one drink. Hey, fellas, I'm not involved in organized crime, I swear.
Brandwin, I haven't got time for this. I got to get down to the courthouse. All that shows up in your dossier anyway.
The FBI has a dossier on me?
Dossier.
Dossier?
In your case, we had to clear you through Terminal 21, multi-byte computer, before we could approach you, understand?
Yes, of course I understand.
Brandwin, we're interested in a man who's been operating out of Century City. Your building would supply us with the perfect vantage point. We could set up a Section 4 surveillance there.
Oh, you want to borrow an office?
For a few days. A week at the most, huh? If you're agreeable, I'll stop by after court and we'll find something suitable.
I'm happy to cooperate in any way I can.
You know, it's men like you, Brandwin, who makes my job a little easier.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Would you mind standing over there, please?
Over there? Yes, sir.
You see, if you sound official, you don't have to make sense. Thanks for the mark.
You got it, E.L.
Velda Marie Bergen ruled her family with strict autocratic authority. Hers was a brood of doctors, lawyers, and landscape architects. She was a tough cookie. Savage could see that in the arrogant surprise of her half-raised, professionally arched left eyebrow. $34 million bought a fair country fiddle and more than enough yay-sayers to dance to it. Oh yes, Velda Marie had style and a wardrobe to match, but Savage knew better than to succumb to her threatening dominance.
180 from Boston arriving at gate.
Come all the way out to the airport, son. Your mother and I could have taken a cab. Of course, if you're between jobs right now, if things are slow.
No. We have a fairly heavy caseload. Not that we're inundated or anything like that, but we keep busy.
It's so good to see you again, dear.
Good to see you, Mom. Both of you, really.
Lionel, did I tell you that I received the sweetest note from Bunny? Did I mention it?
Yes, Mom. You sent it to me.
And wasn't that a sweet note? No recriminations, no bitterness?
Well, you know, breaking up our engagement was a mutual decision.
It was not mutual. Bunny's heart was broken.
Mom, Bunny flew to Las Vegas with Ted Vestman the day after we broke up.
And you took that to mean a lack of interest in you? She flew to Las Vegas to escape, to salvage something of her pride.
Harriet, could we save this at least until we get to the hotel?
You know what I think? I think Bunny is just waiting for you to get all this detective nonsense out of your system.
Harriet.
Well, it is nonsense. We all know that. You've said so often enough yourself. I can remember when I was growing up.
I'm not growing up, Mom. I'm 28.
Well, that's true. I was a good deal younger than that. But I can remember how firm I was in my decision to make something of my life, something different, something exciting.
What did you do?
Well, I couldn't really decide on anything, so I married your father.
So, Lionel, business is booming.
Well, no, it's not what you could honestly call booming, but we keep busy.
When we get back to the hotel, I'm going to call Bunny.
No, please don't do that.
Well, your father and I could hardly come out here and not see her. After all, she was practically family. Oh, I'll arrange a nice, quiet little dinner party. Just the four of us. Be like old times. You, Bunny.
No, please, I mean it. I really don't want you to call Bunny. Are you all right? Are you okay?
Not too much damage, a little paint gone.
Oh, God. Better leave my name and address so the authorities know how to contact me.
Scrupulous. Absolutely scrupulous. Where do you suppose he gets that, Harriet?
So, after you ruined my car?
And I didn't ruin it. I just banged it up a little. I'm sorry. It was such a stupid accident. My mom started talking about Bunny and getting us back together again and having dinner, and I just got rattled.
Your mother makes you nervous, huh?
Well, my mom makes everybody nervous.
I see. Well, this ought to take the pressure off of your back from your daddy.
My daddy?
Your daddy.
Nice. This is incredible.
You've not seen nothing yet, my friend. Ta-da! Like it?
Like it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
No?
Well, it's incredible.
Yeah, you know, I had my pick of a lot of empties on the floor, but this is the finest one I think I saw.
Finest? I think so. You had your pick.
Yeah, the management gives it to you with his compliments and with the permission for using it 1 week. You want it, you got it.
Yes, I do want it. I can't believe it. Once my dad sees this, that'll be that. How can he bring out all the old blandishments in the face of all this?
Yeah, well, you haven't seen anything yet.
How can I thank you? I mean, you don't know what this means to me.
Yeah, I think I do.
Hello.
Hello.
Who are you?
I hope I didn't startle you. I'm Camila Caras.
I'm Lionel Whitney of the Lionel Whitney Agency. This is Mr. Turner, my associate.
How'd you get in here?
Oh, the door was unlocked.
Unlocked?
You must have engaged the offices. I didn't know. I worked for Ernst Gudagast, the former tenant. He left quite unexpectedly, and the offices were closed. This morning I discovered I had lost my...
Earring?
No.
No?
My gold pen.
Oh.
It was a gift from my late husband. Means a great deal to me.
Of course, if it turns up, we'll give you a call.
Thank you. You're very kind. But I'm in the process of moving, so I'll just call you if I may.
This may sound like an overly harsh judgment on my part, E.L. It may even sound a bit cynical, but I'm not sure that I believe that woman.
No kidding.
I wonder if she really did lose her gold pen, or if she worked for Ernst Gudagast, whoever he is, and why he left so unexpectedly.
Well, maybe it's all part of what she considers good housekeeping. Whatever she was looking for, you can book she wasn't on a sentimental journey.
Well, I must admit, this isn't at all what I expected. When you described it, you said it was small, but conveniently located in Hollywood. This is Century City, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely right, Ted. The office I described to you is small and conveniently located. This one's large and conveniently located. It's in a different location. It's a new office.
Wasn't it wonderful talking to Bunny? I knew I was right in calling her. Didn't she sound exactly the same?
Yes, exactly the same. Yale must have been called away on a case. We've deliberately kept to a skeletal staff. Discretion is our watchword. Oh, I'll have to get that fixed. Probably just needs a new light bulb.
Wow. This is very nice, Lionel.
It is, isn't it? I found that a solid conservative atmosphere is very reassuring for people in trouble. And wait till you see the view. This, of course, is a closet.
Look at that wall.
Nice, very nice. Lots of room.
Ah, that must be El. I don't know why he closed that outside door. I'm very anxious for you to meet him. What's going on here? Who are you? Look what you've done to the wall. Stop right where you are.
Lionel.
You will please take your hand away from the telephone.
Yeah.
Harry.
Yeah.
Mr. Mancini, Mr. Whitney!
They're getting away. They're getting away.
Lionel, what the hell is going on around here?
We could all have been killed, Lionel. Do you realize that man had a gun?
I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. They wouldn't have hurt you, though. I wouldn't have let them. I would have defended you to the death.
Oh, dear God.
Ambassador Kuru of the sovereign state of Banui. Forgive the intrusion, but our president has commissioned me.
What are you doing in this business, Lionel? What?
I'm sorry, Mom.
Our president wishes to commend the Lionel Whitney Agency and you, sir, for your excellence in resolving a matter of international consequences. Your European operatives
thank you very
quite
much, sir.
excellent. And the smuggling on our western borders has ceased for the first time in 200 years.
What kind of office is this, anyway? First a mystery woman right on Mark
Cool it.
Savage, now
Be
two
cool.
guys tearing paneling off the
Yeah, I
wall,
saw
and then
him,
one
I
of them's
saw
carrying a
him.
German
I saw
Luger.
him.
Oh, Lionel!
I'm sorry, Mom.
On behalf of a grateful nation, I have a bonus of $20,000 for you.
Play money? What did you knock over a
I'm
kindergarten?
doing what I can, buddy. Be cool.
Our foreign minister sends his regards. Forgive the intrusion. Balwani, Baturi Gonwan. Batuni Gwadwani. Baturi. Bourgeois Gwani.
Bourgeois Gwani.
You be so stupid. We did not know the office had been rented, but don't worry, Mr. Vancat. This Whitney does not know what we were looking for.
You don't think you piqued his curiosity? Or what if it's already found it and called the police? Or more in keeping with human nature, what if it's already found it and put it safely away? What then, Schmidt?
Ty Borgen,
Exactly as I say.
Yes, sir. Just tell me what you want.
I want Whitney.
Yes, sir.
To get back to the hotel.
I'll never get better. Ever. Oh, dear God, I've hyperventilated. I've got to get back to the hotel. I'll do some deep breathing in a paper bag. That always helps.
The car's right there, man.
Well, Mrs. Whitney?
E.L. Turner, my associate.
Mr. Whitney. How are you?
Thank you, my dad.
Mrs.
We have to
Whitney?
get back to the hotel, E.L. My mom's not feeling too well.
Yes, I understand. And I want to speak to Mr. Brandon about a few things. Enjoy your stay. Your mother's lovely.
Thank you. See you later.
Mr. Whitney?
Well, that was very thoughtful of him. Well, this has been an incredible day. I do hope I'll feel better for dinner tonight.
Excuse me. Something wrong, officer. I checked the sign, and the only parking exception appeared to be 8 to 10 on Tuesday for street cleaning, so I thought it would be okay.
This your car, sir?
No, sir. It's actually not my car. I borrowed this to pick my parents up at the airport. I drive a Triumph.
Up against the car, please.
What's the matter, son?
Nothing, Dad. It's all right. It's just a misunderstanding.
Spread eagle.
Officer, my name is Lionel Whitney. I'm from the Lionel Whitney Agency.
Like you got us a paper hanger here, too.
Oh, no. I can explain that. I can explain that money. That's not...
Like you'll have to come with us, sir.
I don't understand, officer. What am I supposed to have done?
Grand theft auto. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one will be provided for you. Do you understand these rights, sir?
Yes. Can I talk to my parents for a second?
Lionel, where are they taking you? What the hell is going on here?
I'll be in touch.
Yes, sir. I got the papers right here.
I don't seem to find it. I don't know where it is. Can't seem to find my card.
I'm sitting out by the Blackthorn Hotel getting myself a tan out there by the pool. All of a sudden, the office calls me.
Mr. Higby, I don't need your card. Just sign a complaint.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I can't be doing that. I've had it up to here bailing that yo-yo out every time he decides to go take himself a spin. A little spin. That's what he loves to call it.
Yeah, I know. Here, just sign right there, will you?
Oh, here it is. It's all in here, Mr. Haig's letter.
What's this?
A letter, sir, for Mr. Haig. He is the owner of the Coronet. He does not want to press charges.
What do you mean he doesn't want to press charges?
Captain, the man you have upstairs, Lionel Whitney, is Mr. Haig's nephew. Now, he likes to think of him as simple. But between you and me, the man is certifiable. Nothing upstairs with silly putty. Loves to walk around the streets with play money in his pockets.
Yeah, he had some on him when he was picked up.
Yeah. But look at here. You want to see his psychiatric report? Yeah, I got it right here. It is. Look at him. Look. The man is a manic depressant with pronounced schizoid tendencies, whatever that is. Look, all I want to do is get the boy back on the plane to Cincinnati so Mr. Haig can put him back in the treatment, and I hope it works, and I'd appreciate it if you'd expedite them papers as soon as possible.
You know, I ought to book you on filing a false report.
I didn't file it, sir. I'm just here to smooth things over.
Just a waste of manpower and money.
You probably got something there. You're probably right. Mr. Higgs would appreciate it if you move it right on along. You know, since I'm here anyway, I might as well pick up the car that he was driving. Let's see, it was a 75 Ford wagon. License plates numbers 641QNI. Hey, hang on, how you doing, buddy?
Nothing to say to you, nothing at all.
I got you out of there, didn't I?
You also got me in there. You gave me a stolen car to drive. I'm driving around my mother and father in a stolen car.
No, buddy, there was a misunderstanding, man. They give it back to us. They dropped the charges. That should tell you something.
What'd you tell them in there? They were patting me in the back, asking me if I wanted an ice cream cone.
You know, cops. Come on, we gotta get back to the office.
Why?
I had a talk with the manager of the building, Mr. Brandon. You know in that office before we got in there?
Yes, a man named Ernst Gudegast.
A diamond merchant named Ernest Gundegas. He left this planet sort of unexpectedly. You were shot to death.
In our office?
Don't you know what that means? Your diamonds in our office. That's what everybody's looking for. Where you going?
I'm gonna find out if my parents are still speaking to me. If they are, we're taking Bunny to dinner at the hotel.
Lionel, there are diamonds in our office. You hear what I'm saying? Lionel!
You work late.
So do you. You mind putting that thing away?
I was afraid Fang Cott or his hoodlums might be here. I see there have been.
Didn't leave any names. But not only responsible for the panel work, the rest is mine. So we're all on a diamond hunt, huh?
How did you know?
Look, you get your office rivaled enough, you begin to ask questions. Who's Van Cott?
Rival merchant, but he has no claim to that stone.
That stone. So there's only one?
Only one. Grade D, flawless. 42 carats at $85,000 a carat.
I give.
Over $3.5 million.
Is that right?
Ernst was killed for it. Only they didn't get the stone. They won't hesitate to kill again.
Shh. Somebody's trying to get in.
Thank God.
Yeah? Is there a back door?
Yes, that way.
Wait a minute, wait. Is there an alarm system running?
But
Wait here. If we can't search, they can't search. Let's go.
Fabulous. Of course, I can only speak for myself, but I'll be willing to bet that Lionel thinks it's fabulous, too.
Yes, extremely.
I mean, it just feels so right. Do you know what I mean, Mom? Oh, gee, that just slipped out. Force of habit, I guess. I'm sorry, Mrs. Whitney.
Mrs. Whitney? Did you hear that word?
It's Mom and Dad, young lady. You came too close to being our daughter to go all formal on us now.
And as for the future, well, who knows?
Oh, Mom. Imagine Lionel will have something to say about that.
Well, isn't this nice? Just the four of us. A nice, cozy dinner.
Thank you.
Are you sure you won't have something to start with, buddy?
Oh, no, thank you. I think I'll just have some of Lionel's. Isn't that what you ordered that night up in San Francisco?
Prosciutto and melon, yeah.
That's right. At that darling little Italian restaurant. You know, they have these marvelous Italian restaurants up there. Daddy won't touch the food, of course. But I just love all those darling little wine bottles they have. And the waiters, how they flirt with you. Lionel was so jealous, weren't you, Lionel?
Sure you don't want an order for yourself, honey?
And the cable cards, the ride after dinner. Remember that? Mother says I'm much too young to have all these memories, but I just can't help it.
How is your mother?
Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. By the way, Daddy said to say hello, Lionel.
You did?
I know you think he's still angry at you, but he really isn't.
Good, I'm glad to hear that.
When Daddy gave you that absolutely fabulous opportunity, I mean a job that most men I know would kill for, and you turned him down. Well, naturally. He was a little upset at the time, but he understood.
He didn't understand, Bunny. He was furious.
Well, I guess I know what he said. I mean, he said, let him get it out of his system.
I'm not going to get it out of my system. I love being a private detective.
Honestly, Lionel, I mean, everybody adores Humphrey Bogart. I personally revere the man. Why, I've even stood in line for Casablanca. You know that. But eventually we all grow up. At least I hope so.
I'm not going to get it out of my system.
You can say that after what happened today. I thought that might have brought you to your senses.
I thought this was going to be a nice, quiet dinner.
It is.
There you are. Listen, wait a minute. Lionel's been having a rough time with his family when things aren't going too terrific. I mean, look at the party. Look at that grim over there, don't they? Don't you think this thing can wait a little bit?
No, if you value his life, you should be warned.
Being awfully standoffish tonight. If you're thinking about Ted Vestman...
I'm not thinking about Ted Vestman.
Lionel, excuse me, Miss Lionel.
What are you
I gotta
doing
talk
here
to
with
you.
Mrs. Carey?
Yeah, I know, but... Uh-oh, too late. You get behind me.
Don't bother to introduce me, Lionel. I mean, please, don't bother to introduce me.
Outside, all of you, now!
Schmidt.
Yes, sir.
What is the meaning of this?
I think we're the ones deserving of an explanation, Mr. Mr. Van Cott. These two men vandalized my office. They made a shambles of the chatelier. They kidnapped me.
We're told to bring me Whitney.
This is Whitney, Mr. Van Cott.
You were told to bring Whitney! Not Karras, not...
Dwight. Dwight Ep14, sir. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I am the banquet director at the Sherwin Hotel. Talk about being in the wrong place at the wrong time, sir. I tell you, I really picked a doozy. Working on this bar mitzvah. Okay, we're talking about the diamond, right?
Mr. Turner.
You know where it is.
I mean, there's only one?
It's at the office.
Splendid. Schmidt will accompany you, and when you return with the diamond, I shall release you and your friends.
He won't. He already killed Ernst. He can't afford to let us go.
She has a point, Yale. Of course, so does Mr. Van Cott.
Look, if it's all the same to you, I'd rather not be driving around the city. I mean, you know, traffic is bad enough as it is, and at night, I mean, traffic's a killer.
So am I. And we'll start with Mrs. Karras, I think.
This is insane. We're in the middle of downtown Los Angeles. You can't just murder 3 people in an office building. How would you dispose of our bodies?
I wouldn't have to. You came in through the basement, and we'll make sure that the lock appears to have been forced. You attempt to rob me, I shot you, protecting my life and property.
I see. Could probably work.
Van Cott, look, I want to ensure the fact we all get out of here with our lives. You can understand that, right? So let's get ourselves some sort of understanding here. These 2 yum-yums come back to the office with me. That's where we'll make the trade. That's the deal, okay? Without me, you haven't got the diamond.
And you're absolutely sure?
I put my hands right on it.
Do you take us for fools? That is not the diamond. Gudagast had no time for such an elaborate ruse. We followed him from the airport. He had only a few minutes in the office before we
killed him.
That's very clever, isn't it? You must have had that specially designed to thwart thieves and...
Murderers.
Mr. Van Cott said we should kill you first.
Hey, what do we got here? A mutual admiration society? We got a deal, right?
Not until we have the diamond.
Diamond, all right? You mind stepping back for my easy-to-understand demonstration? One step. Thank you. Now, I'm gonna go slow for those of us who have problems understanding.
Don't push it, E.O.
I'm not pushing. Now, here we have 1 diamond. 1 diamond, as we all know, cuts glass, right? Here we have glass, all right? I want you to take a good look at that glass, right? There it is, right there. And here we have the diamond. Watch this very closely.
I'll take that.
I figured you would. A little humor.
All right. Everybody out. Now we'll see how Mr. Van Cott wishes to dispose of you.
I think not, Mr. Schmidt. One false move and I activate the alarm.
That is only a light switch.
Are you sure, Mr. Schmidt? This isn't just any bar, but the bar of a prominent diamond merchant. A light switch or an alarm?
You got what Van Cott sent you for, right? Very cute. Very cute for you.
Yes, you were marvelous, both of you.
It was, we really showed some teamwork, and it went rather well, didn't we? It was teamwork and imagination. It was sort of Mark Savage-esque. Yes, good thinking, Neil. The minute they hand that to Mr. Van Cott, they'll be back, and...
I figure we'll have about 40 minutes before they find out it's not a real diamond. Yeah, it's got to be in here somewhere.
E.L.? E.L., don't. This pillow is our property.
I'd ask for an explanation, but I'm afraid to.
We're redecorating. Yes, we are redecorating. I know it doesn't look like very much right now, but Miss Karras has some marvelous new ideas. We're stripping down the pillows and we're going for more of a spare sort of shape. The Oriental look, you know what I mean? The Oriental look. We're gonna order some Oriental antiques and put them on the attaché over there. And don't you think, Miss Karras?
You're looking for diamonds.
Diamonds. It's great, and everybody knows.
Look, you're wasting your time with the sofa.
Yeah?
Ernst only had a couple of minutes from the time he entered the office until Van Gogh's men got to him.
It'd have to be someplace accessible. Someplace like, the lights. Excuse me, please. There. I should have thought of this before. It's a natural. Now, you said he was going to put it in the safe, but he didn't have time. Van Gogh's guerrillas must have followed him in from the airport. So, he hid it. But not in here.
Dad, this all must seem a little bizarre to you. Actually, it is bizarre.
Okay. All right. Where else could it be? It wasn't found on the body.
Body?
Yes, I can explain that. You see, this isn't my office. I have an office, but it's small, and I wanted to impress you. So E.L., as a gesture of friendship, and I'm sure you can appreciate that, borrowed this one. What he didn't know was that a man had been murdered here.
Walt,
Mom,
I can't take any more.
let's get her down, Dad. Would you like a nice, cool glass of water, Mom? Yes.
You're not exhaling, Harriet. You have to exhale.
Here, Mom, this will make you feel better, just like you like it. 2 cubes, see? Not too cold.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Lionel, what are you doing?
It was in the ice maker. You put it in the ice maker.
Hey.
This is the diamond.
That's it. May I?
Hey, you know, there may be a reward on that? We're talking about a $3.5 million stone, man. Should be insured. It had to be insured.
It is. I have what I came for. Over there, to the wall. You too. Thank you for your help. I know Ernst would have wanted me to have it.
You're not calling the cops.
Of course I'm calling the cops. I'm tired of people bursting in here, waving guns, terrifying my mother.
You can't call the cops.
Why not?
Because Mr. Brandon would not understand why an FBI agent would be calling the cops after ruining an office suite.
You masqueraded as an FBI agent? That's a federal crime.
I don't want to hear this right now. I'm trying to think of something to do. Trust me.
Trust you. Trust him. Why would I do a stupid thing like that? This is it. This is the old office. This is where we hang the old trench coat. Want to lie down, Mom?
No, I just want to go back to the hotel.
Oh, no, I'm afraid you can't do that. You know those 2 men who you saw earlier who left the Luger behind? They're looking for the diamond, and I'm afraid they're pretty desperate characters. Here's the couch.
Oh, Lord. Diamonds and dead bodies.
Well, only one of each.
You were never any trouble as a child. All the things that I went through with Marion. Even your father doesn't know some of the things that I went through with your sister. But you, I mean, you were always so reliable. I don't understand what's happened.
Mrs. Whitney, if I may, all this is my fault.
No, that's not true. It's not your fault.
Yes, it is. You see, I was the one who finessed the office suite. From the beginning, I was pushing for more flash, you know, pile carpet, sign lithographs on the wall, the whole... Maybe we should just finish painting this place.
Is that what I smell?
Yes, ma'am, that's what you smell. It's small, but we don't have a killer overhead. And for someone who's just starting out in this business, that's not bad.
Thank you, E.L.
You're welcome. I mean, it's not like we can afford more.
No, that's not true. The truth is we can't afford more, or at least I can't, not yet. That's not to say that we're not doing some business. As a matter of fact, we took out this ad in the phone book. Here, it's a full quarter page. There's artwork and everything. What do you think?
It doesn't look anything like you.
Well, it's just a sketch. It's not a photograph.
Who's this Wysocki fella?
Fred Wasaki? Oh, sometimes we use him for our overflow. Nothing big, just a bread and butter PI.
Well, it's a half a page.
A guy like Wasaki, you have to advertise big.
Nice, bold-faced type, a real eye-catcher. Look at this, Harriet.
It's me right there, Mom.
I'm exhausted.
Oh.
Did I tell you that Bunny was in tears when we took her home?
Really? I'm sorry, Mom.
Dougal McKendrick was as cheap as a bottle of Muscatel and smelled only slightly better.
No, Dad, that's...
He lay at the bottom of Mark Savage's elevator shaft. Proof positive that the quickest way down is not always the best.
Oh, this sounds like a family affair. I think I'll bug out.
Lionel, I swore that I wasn't going to say anything to you, but I have to. I'm your father, and I have a responsibility. Now, I've never asked you for anything.
No, sir.
I've seen you through chicken pox and the finest schools and broken engagements, and I have never asked a thing in return.
I know that, sir.
Well, I'm asking it now. I want you to get on a plane and go home with us.
Will you, Lionel?
I can't. I'm doing what I want to be doing. I love everything about my work. I mean, I really enjoy it.
Enjoy? Did you hear that, Harriet?
What on earth has that to do with anything, Lionel? I mean, do you think your father enjoys the insurance business?
Well, I'm sorry if he doesn't.
We're all sorry, Lionel.
I'm not interested in either apologies or excuses. Does this look like a diamond to you? It's glass!
He cut the mirror with
Shut
it.
up.
We'll go back to the office and we'll...
And find them waiting for you. Oh, you're the fools. They aren't. What if they contacted the police? They already know who's responsible for Goodaguess's death. What's to stop them from talking?
We'll
find them. You find them and you kill them.
I don't see why we can't go back to the hotel and pick up our things. Nobody's going to be waiting for us this time in the morning.
Can't take that chance, Mom.
Yeah, look, Mrs. Whitney, so this thing's cooled down. We'll stop by the hotel and pick a few things up.
Sorry about your back, Dad. I wish there was something I could do about it.
It's all right. I'll have Dr. Wayman take a look at it once we get home.
I told you to take the couch walk.
I said it was all right.
Allow me.
Van Cott. My black belt in karate.
Tenspeed and Brown Shoe will continue in a moment.
And you enjoy this, Lionel?
Well, maybe not this. I mean, no, maybe not enjoy. No, wait, no, I'm not being honest when I say that. I did enjoy it, Dad. I mean, you know, we got them. We got the bad guys.
That's right, Mr. Whitney. I mean, didn't you feel like your blood stopped pumping there? I mean, feel the old adrenaline going?
And have a coronary? That's not my idea of fun.
Things seem to have gotten completely out of hand.
But just think, Mom, you helped to apprehend a murderer.
That's right, Mrs. Whitney. You're terrific. Lionel, you should have seen her. You saw her over there. She was wonderful.
Yeah, you were wonderful.
Look, they got Van Cott and his goons. They're going to put him under lock and key. They put out an APB on this Camila Karras, and as soon as she's locked up, Lionel and I do for a very substantial reward from the insurance company. Yes, indeed.
Yes. It's always the insurance company that has to pay.
Well, most of the money will probably go to repair Mr. Brandwin's office suite.
Okay, everybody. Up against the car.
Lionel!
Oh, no. I explained that, officer. I'm Lionel Whitney, the Lionel Whitney agency.
Now.
And we better do it, Mom. Just put your hands on top of the hood like this.
I shall do no such thing. Why should I?
Driving a hot one, lady. We'll book him on a GTA and sort out the rest of this mess down at the station.
You stole it twice?
No. It's not stolen. No, listen. It is not stolen. You see, this friend of mine, you remember Candy, right? Well, he runs his car in that lot, and he sort of lent me this wagon unofficially. Look, they'll drop the charges. Trust me. I mean, but...
I'm sorry, Mom.
Lionel.